If you've ever felt like your brain is stuck on fast forward and there are millions of voices in your head and your chest kind of feels tight and you're just stuck in the spiral of what ifs on the things that you can't even control, let me tell you, you're not broken, it's just your anxiety. Hi guys, I'm Arushi, I'm 20 years old, and in today's video we're going to break down anxiety and how it affects you, what it really is, why it happens, and like what actually is happening inside your mind and your body, and how you can calm it, and some things that people don't tell you about anxiety. Here are the timestamps for like all of these parts. You can skip onto those parts if you really want to just know that part, but I would really recommend you to watch the whole video because I'm going to tell you some really good points on what exactly anxiety is and how you can dissociate yourself with it, but and like have power over it and not let anxiety have power over you. Number one, what anxiety really is. Anxiety is not random. It's not a weakness. If you're a really anxious person and you suffer with anxiety, it's not a weakness. Okay, it's not your mind being dramatic and like it's just your body's protectiveness, and like it's your body's protective system running over time. Imagine you're making a toast and a fire alarm above you like is very sensitive and it goes off because you just burnt a toast. That false alarm is your nervous system. Now let's understand the symptoms of anxiety. You'll feel like your heart is racing, your chest feels too tight, or you're having butterflies in your stomach, feeling nauseatic, racing, or being restless and irritable. It is actually like all these symptoms are actually your body helping. Your body thinks it's helping you in order to prepare you for fight, flight, or flee situation because it thinks that you're in threat. But the thing is, it's not a real threat. The threats that it is considering is your thoughts. And honestly, your brain does not know the difference between reality or fiction. If you're thinking something, it does not know if that is a real danger in front of us, if you're overthinking a situation. It does not know that it is a real threat in front of us or we're just thinking it. It just perceives it as threat. It does not care if it's real or fiction. Now, part number 2, let's understand the science behind it. How anxiety actually happens. Let's break it down in simple language. Your amygdala senses danger, sounds the alarm to your hypothalamus, your body pumps adrenaline and heart rate spikes, your muscles tenses. An ancient system built to protect us from threats and predators. But in today's world, these threats, these predators are actually emails, social events, or like uncertainty, and you're overthinking. It's like cortisol, the stress hormone. It's actually in our body to help us in over the situation when you're in stressful situations, because in like the Stone Age time when we were hunters and all, it was there to protect us from threats like animals and all that. Because when stress hormone, these cortisol and adrenaline, it's released in our bloodstream in small amounts, it helps us to achieve the thing in a better way. The small amount of stress is actually helpful for you, but in today's life we are in chronic stress situations. This hectic lifestyle, this hustle culture is actually putting you in a state of stress and anxiety, which is making the stream of cortisol and adrenaline in your blood constant. And when anxiety becomes chronic, your nervous system gets stuck in this high alert mode, and the more it happens, the more sensitive it becomes. And all this that I've said is nervous system dysregulation. Now, I've seen many people being confused between anxiety attacks and panic attacks. So let's just understand the difference between two and have a really clear mind on what differentiates the two from each other. Anxiety attacks. These are actually gradual build-ups of all the triggers around you, and this is triggered by like your exams, your work, and mostly health issues. And this creates restlessness, dreadful feeling in your body, and muscle tension. Whereas panic attacks, these are sudden and intense. These can last up to 10 to 20 minutes or maybe up to an hour, like it once did for me. It comes out of nowhere and it feels like you're dying, but you're not dying. And it feels like you can't breathe because you're hyperventilating, because during a panic attack you tend to breathe from your chest rather than your belly, and when we breathe from our chest, mostly we tend to hyperventilate. It brings chest pain, dizziness, and you feel detached from reality. You feel like, okay, I'm in a simulation and nothing around me is real. Of anxiety as simmering and the panic as the pot boiling over. Now, let's understand how we can manage anxiety step by step. Because this is where most people go wrong. They think that they can try to think their way out of it, but actually, your anxiety is not just in your head, it's in your body as well. So, you need to calm your body first. Step number one, calm your body. Regulate that dysregulated nervous system. So, you can do that by deep belly breathing, because as I said, deep chest breathing will most probably make you do hyperventilate. So, do deep belly breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Hum your favorite song, splash cold water on your face, or put ice on your face. It really brings you back to your senses. Progressive muscle relaxation. Tense your muscle for few seconds and slowly release. It brings your body back to the present moment. The 5 4 3 2 1 grounding method, where you find 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. All of these techniques brings your mind to think, okay man, chill, we're safe now. Step number 2 is to reframe your thoughts. An anxious mind creates stories. We are great storytellers, we have great vivid imagination, and we often think, what if this goes wrong? Like, what if the worst thing happens? So rather than that, think of the what is the most likely situation. What can happen most likely? And have I handled something like this before? Because if I have, I can handle it again. I'm that strong. And if this goes wrong, what is my plan to get out of this situation? Because honestly, your mind does not know the difference between reality or fiction. So rather than choosing fears, choose facts. Always. All of these were just like temporary solutions, but we can't live a whole life on temporary solutions. We need a long-term lifestyle change to support our body long term. So we can do that by reducing stimulants, and caffeine is a huge stimulant to increase the cortisol secretion in our body. And sugar, alcohol, all of these, caffeine, alcohol, and sugar, these spike cortisol in our bloodstream and makes us more stressful. Consistent sleep schedule and eating your meals on time, because irregular routines creates stress for your nervous system. So be in touch with your circadian rhythm and move daily. It can be walking, running, yoga, weight training, or even stretching. All of these burns of adrenaline. Step number 4 is to build emotional safety, because it's your mind, it just needs safety around it, and you can create emotional safety by journaling, by talking to the people you trust, being in therapy. But most people can't afford therapy, especially students like me. So we just like be our own therapist, okay? Or talk to the people you trust. If you don't want to talk to the other people, and don't even want to write, you can record a voice memo of yours talking about what is going on in your head. Get a weighted blanket. Honestly, I'm telling you, a weighted blanket feels like a hug. If like you wrap it around you, it feels like you're being hugged, and it just calms your body so much. Drink warm tea. Have a safe playlist. Put all your favorite songs that makes you want to dance and be happy and like all that. Put all those songs in a playlist and just listen to that playlist. And especially when you're sad, please don't listen to sad songs. Why are you adding on to your sadness? And next step is to have a calm scent around you, like lavender or sandalwood if you're not sensitive to them, because scent is a really strong sense of ours, because it snaps back us to reality. Now let's get into my most favorite part of this video, the hidden truths that nobody told you about anxiety. We all think that anxiety means our mind is weak and we overthink and we fear the future. But what if I told you that your mind is not actually fearing the future, but it actually is protecting the old version of you that it fears that will die? Because let's be honest, your anxiety is loyal to your old identity. Your mind does not create anxiety to torture you, it creates anxiety to keep you loyal to the rules and regulations that you were once forced to play. Maybe growing up, you being quiet kept you safe. You being an overachiever made you lovable, and you being hyper aware kept you out of trouble. So today, when you try to rest, when you try to take up space, when you try to say no for the first time, it feels weird. and you feel anxious and your mind panics and says, this is unsafe, you're breaking the rules. Your anxiety is not actually the fear of future, but it actually is the fear of, or the grief of, an old version of you dying. Let it die. Now, most people think that anxiety is an overthinking problem. But the thing is, it's not a thinking problem, it's an energy problem. Like, the thoughts race because in your mind, the nervous system is storing years of suppressed expression, the words you never said, the movements you never made, and the tears you never cried. And anxiety in your body is saying, I don't want to sit still and like think. I want to move. I want to release all this pent up energy inside me. That is why journaling does not help sometimes. Like, I am very big on journaling, that it really helps and you become your own therapist. But sometimes all of that pent up energy inside you, it does not go off by just writing words. It needs to be released through movement, through like screaming. Like, I don't know if you've tried or not, but all of that energy, it gets like, you feel so much better after you scream. You if you can't scream at your house, like, just scream songs at the top of your lung or just scream into your pillow. It will feel so much better. And you can do movement like running or like high intensity movements when you're feeling really sad, because it burns off adrenaline. 3, anxiety can be an addiction to anticipation. Like, and I know you might not like what I'm saying right now, because anxiety makes you feel alive sometimes, and I've felt that. You might have felt that too. And yeah, anxiety makes you feel alive, yes, even though you hate it, because you've been taught that calm is boring, rest is being lazy, and stability is unsafe. Because in this hectic hustle culture, we are told that if you're not working, you're taking rest, you're being unproductive, and you just need to work like a machine and just be constantly productive, or else you're a failure. Your mind has learned to anticipate crisis to feel a sense of purpose. No chaos is equal to no identity. That when your life gets quiet, your mind goes on screaming like, what if they're mad at me? What if I fail? What if something bad happens? It's not anxiety, it's actually withdrawal from chaos. Point number 4, anxiety is an alarm that you're lying to yourself. Every time that you ignore your truth and try to say something else rather than except for what you're actually feeling, like when you say yes instead when you want to say no, and when you stay where your soul has outgrown and you pretend to be okay to keep the peace in the situation, your anxiety is not run. It's like your authentic self is banging on the door and screaming, please don't do this to me, you're betraying me, speak your truth, choose yourself. It's the harsh truth that no one ever told you. Your anxiety does not mean you're weak. It actually means you're finally strong enough to face your fears, your tasks, and life without masks, without any lies, and without any roles. Next time anxiety hits you, ask yourself, is this the fear of future, or am I actually grieving the old version of me that is dying and I'm outgrowing that version of myself? This was it for today's video. I hope you really liked it. I know some of the parts of this video, it's different than the usual advice because it's not very conventional that people say these things. So share it with someone that you think is tired of pretending to be okay. And if you have outgrown the version of yourself that was anxious, or is you are outgrowing that version of you that is anxious, subscribe. Here on this channel, we are not being silent anymore, we are healing loudly. Because when we stayed silent, we almost lost ourselves. For today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.